Back with a review of the Azerbaijan F1 Grand Prix that was held last week. But before we begin,
do you have trouble sleeping but don't want the side effects of sleep medications?
well, this was the race for you. This race definitely put a lot of us to sleep, but we're going to try to get through it and let you know what happened. Charles Leclerc was on pole and he's able to get away clean with his Ferrari for a clean start, no problems at the first lap, and Max Verstappen is following closely in second place. This would only last a few short laps because DRS is open and Max Verstappen is able to pass Charles Leclerc on lap 4. Max passes Charles Leclerc with ease. The power of the Red Bull is unmatched this year, as we've seen in all the first few races. Lewis Hamilton comes into the pits for a pit stop on lap 10. Max Verstappen pits on lap 11, but to his bad luck, Nick de Vries pulls over his car to the side of the road on lap 11 and causes a safety car. This triggers a lot of cars to come in under the safety car, including Sergio Perez, who pits under the safety car because he only loses 11 seconds instead of 21.5 seconds you usually lose when you pit and there's no safety. By lap 14, we are back to green flag racing and everyone has pretty much switched to hard tires. On lap 20, Fernando Alonso is able to pass Carlos Sainz for 4th place. Fernando Alonso is getting the most out of his Aston Martin AMR 23 today. Around this moment in the race, Fernando Alonso comes over the team radio and says, "Tell Lance my brake balance suggestion. As I am now, I think it's a good help." Almost immediately after this, Lance Stroll actually does slip up on turn 16, lap 19, and he loses control, which allows Hamilton to pass him for 6th place. This was about lap 20 in the race, and after this, the race was...
I know what you're thinking. This is boring. I agree.
The race was very boring after this. Honestly, you probably fell asleep. If you didn't fall asleep, congratulations, you might be part of the X-Men. It was really tough to watch the rest of the race. The Red Bull power is unmatched this year. Sergio Perez and Max Verstappen had such a lead on Charles Leclerc in 3rd. They had up to a 17-second lead on Charles Leclerc in 3rd. And then a bizarre thing happened on the last lap of the race. Esteban Ocon has to come in for a pit stop, but as he's coming in, the press reporters are in the pit lane and he has to dodge them to not hit any of them. It was a very dangerous situation, as you can see here, them moving out the way at the last moment. These are our official F1 photographers. Luckily, nobody got hurt and they are investigating the FIA, so hopefully this doesn't happen again. In the end, Sergio Perez is able to come home to victory for Red Bull. He seals the 1-2 with him in 1st place, Max Verstappen in 2nd place. This is another win for the Red Bull team. Sergio Perez, they're calling him the king of the streets because he seems to keep winning on street courses. Top 5 for the race were Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, and Carlos Sainz. Just a reminder to like and subscribe. We're trying to build the subscribers up. Please like and subscribe. So as you said, the Red Bulls had a great race here. Sergio jumping into the crowd with his teammates. Red Bull are going unmatched this year. I'm thinking we might have the season wrapped up by summer or even Monza. Some racing notes. There are only 2 retirements. Zhou Guanyu and Nick de Vries retired for the race. Both Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton and George Russell scored points. Also Lando Norris on his McLaren scored points. And this was, I gotta give this race probably a rating of a 5. It was very boring. We're starting to see that Red Bull is having no competition this year between the Aston Martins and Ferraris and maybe the Mercedes. Hopefully they can figure something out to beat the Red Bulls. Hopefully the other team's upgrades later in the season might bring some competition to Red Bull, but we have to wait and see. Congrats to all the winners. More racing videos will be coming on the channel. We'll be doing a video on the top 3 reasons why we think Red Bull is just running away with the season. We'll also be reviewing the MotoGP race, the Spanish Grand Prix that was held last week, also the IndyCar race held last week. So more racing reviews to come on the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Redbet signing off.